Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Pancha Maha Yagna. Pancha means 5. Yagna means our services or duties to be performed. A mature person behaves very sensibly with the nature around him. He is constantly doing this yagna. Our Shastras or scriptures say such a person is always peaceful. Not just our Shastras and Vedas, it is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita that a man must always perform these yagnas. We are often taken aback when we hear the word yagna. Our mind starts worrying about organizing the things like getting bricks, ghee, wooden sticks, learning mantras, inviting brahmanas, and so on. Here, yagna is not about these. Instead, yagnas are the natural acts that are performed by a man in his life. The yagnas that are referred here are Brahma Yagna, Diva Yagna, Pitru Yagna, Manusa Yagna, and Bhauta Yagna. The first yagna is Brahma Yagna. It is also called as Rishi Yagna. A deepa or light is symbolized for this yagna. Light means removing darkness and going towards the light. Also, light removes our ignorance and takes us towards jnana or realization. In Sanathana Dharma, Rishis, Acharyas, Guru Shishya Parampara, Brahma Yagna has been carried on. To elaborate how, Gurus preach subjects to their Shishyas or disciples. Subjects means Vedas, Samhitas, Aranyakas taught for daily practice. For instance, if you go to a Vedashala or even our schools for that matter, students are taught a subject over and over which we are usually familiar as revision. The reason it is taught again and again is to make the student completely retain the subject on his mind so he could retrieve this from his memory when needed. Considering similar example, our Shastras tell us how to perform this in our normal lives. A man in his profession or occupation must always strive to learn new things. A software engineer, for example, who has been successful in getting a job with his degree must not stop there. He must learn new things in his profession in however much time possible for him. A farmer must not be content with just growing paddy, but keep looking for new ideas to reap more fruits by asking relevant people around him. Likewise, one must always dedicate at least 30 minutes to learn new aspects of their occupation or profession. One can question what a grocery store manager can learn new thing for his store. A man always indulges in thinking about making more money. However, our Shastras or scriptures say, increase your knowledge, money will follow. This is known as Brahma Yagna. Vedashalas and ashrams are very important part of Brahma Yagna. The second yagna is Diva Yagna. A kalasha is symbolized for this yagna. A kalasha is a pot with coconut placed in it. This yagna is referred to kalasha because it is auspicious, it denotes prosperity, fulfills our wishes and enhances our knowledge and prudence. We perform puja and rituals by keeping kalasha for prosperity, fulfilling our wishes and making us wiser. How does one get all their daily needs like water and air? We are receiving this from nature. We refer nature as Paramatma, that is Supreme Soul. Submitting our gratitude to the nature is Diva Yagna. Temples, manuscripts are all the foundation of Vedic culture. We need to preserve them, not by just visiting them, but by meditating in that environment, reading the scriptures from there, knowing more about those places are all a part of Diva Yagna. In Vedic culture, we pray God in different ways. Some pray God by performing yagas, some please God by performing puja as per Shastras, some do Vedaparayana, some perform dhyana and nama sankirtana, some undertake yatra to pilgrim places, some even perform sevas in physical form, mind and using money in temples and ashrams. Visiting temples, ashrams, performing meditation and seva are our responsibilities. All this is counted as Diva Yagna. The third yagna is Pitru Yagna. Banana plant and its offshoots are the symbol of this yagna. Pitru means our ancestors. Values and cultures of a family has to be preserved and transferred to the next generation. With this yagna, one must utilize the ancestral values and culture for their growth, development, and unity. Another very important aspect of Pitru Yagna is to look after your parents. At a point, we become a twig between our parents and our children. We start ignoring our parents who were before us and develop more love towards our children who are after us. One must not let this happen. They must balance their love and respect equally towards their parents and children. We have to take care of our parents morally, financially, and emotionally, keeping them close to us. Another part of Pitru Yagna is performing ancestral rituals. Ancestral rites are performed for the one who have passed away. For example, our grandparents of 3 generations. These are performed as per Shastras. In Sanathana Dharma, our ancestors are paid respect and gratitude and sought their blessings in every occasion like weddings, upanayana, or thread ceremony. It is because of them we exist, and our future generations too shall prosper from their blessings. The fourth yagna is Manusa Yagna. A couple is symbolized for this yagna. A couple or a pair symbolizes unity, compassion, sharing, and discretion. A couple can move forward only when all these qualities exist in them. We must have heard of the Kannada sayings Jana Seve, Janardhana Seve, Manava Seve, Madhava Seve. Their meaning is serving mankind is equal to serving God. One has to see God in all the humans. Our Shastras say we have to be thankful for the service opportunities to fellow humans. Manusa Yagna does not only signify service in monetary or any materialistic form, it also denotes service to mankind through knowledge, that is, teaching someone about something they did not know. Sharing our excess materials or privileges with the needy ones. When somebody is in misery, mere talking to the person will make big difference in their emotional strength. Also, praying for someone who we know is in pain, serving a guest, all these are counted as Manusa Yagna. There is a karma known as Prutu Karma. In this karma, one who is blessed with financial privileges by God have to construct lakes, educational institutions, undertake cleaning of ponds, and likewise that benefit the society in general. These are considered as Manusa Yagna. The fifth and the last yagna is Bhauta Yagna. This yagna is symbolized by cow and its calf. Mother Earth nurtures all living beings on earth just like cow taking care of its calf. Here, living beings include the tiniest of insect in the mud to the gigantic elephant. We humans are just a part of this creation. However, humans consider themselves as the only part of the nature and have been exploiting the nature. To preserve the nature by not letting that happen, Rishis and sages of India have guided us on how to perform Bhauta Yagna. In Vedic culture, nature is not considered just a thing that provides gold, iron, wood, pearls, etc. Nature is considered as Daivi Shakti, that is, power of goddess. When we start looking at nature as goddess, our actions will become respectful and devotional towards it. Shastras or scriptures insist that the eco-balance should not be exploited. Our ancestors have said, everything that is given to nature manifolds 100 times back to us. Act of giving to nature doesn't just mean watering the plant or feeding the birds. It also means how we treat the people around us. Anything given to nature is returned to the giver 100 times more. Mother Nature is never indebted to anyone. This is a truthful fact stressed by our ancestors. Sanathana Dharma says we must pray all the plants and trees. We can see pujas being submitted to neem tree, banyan tree, cavalry tree, gooseberry tree, fig tree, basil plants, and several other plants and trees. On certain occasions, we take dips in the holy rivers. We also see people feeding the birds and animals. Likewise, humans have to take care of animals and birds in the nature just like other humans. Sadly, these beliefs are often misconstrued as superstition. They are not. Anything that is preached by rishis and sages is not superstition. For example, in Kartika month that usually comes in October to November every year, we often see Kartika lamps lit in the rivers, pushkars and kalyanis. Vedic culture insists us using ghee wicks kept in bowl of banana stem. When done this way, the light burns as much as ghee wick and then the banana stem bowl remains. When the cows or fishes consume this, it doesn't harm their health. However, we have nowadays replaced plastic for banana stem bowls. Several birds and animals are the vehicles to several gods and goddesses. We often look at them with the same devotion as we see gods. Now we can pause and think about this. Is Sanatana Vaibhava really a superstition? In the ashram of Sri Paramahamsa Sadguru Sri Sattupasi, a stotra is recited by ashramites and every devotee who visits the ashram. The stotra is read with gratitude. The stotra goes like this: Om Bhudevatabhyo Namaha, Om Jaladevatabhyo Namaha, Om Vayu Devatabhyo Namaha, Om Agni Devatabhyo Namaha, Om Akasha Devatabhyo Namaha, Om Surya Chandrabhyo Namaha, Om Pancha Maha Namaha. Sri Paramahamsa Sadguru Sri Sattupasi has asked this stotra to be prayed to pay gratitude to the 5 elements of universe. This is followed by all the devotees. All the 5 yagnas are to be followed on everyday basis. Following them is equivalent to preserving dharma. Preserving dharma in turn protects us. Give a thought to yourself. Is Sanatana Vaibhava a superstition or a logical culture? Shri Krishnarpanamastu.